The following is a presentation of Time Warner Sports.
Tonight, it's the Raiders and the UC Bearcats in the finale of the Raider Classic here in the McLinn Gym inside the Irvin J. Nutter Center, and that's coming up next. Pleasant good evening to you and welcome to Raider Volleyball here on Time Warner Sports. I'm Geoff Kim, joined by Angi Nunnelley. And Angi, of course, a big rivalry coming in, the UC Bearcats. How do you expect this one to turn out?
Actually, I think it'll go in Wright State's favor. UC is a big component. They compete in the Conference USA. That's a big conference. It'll be a big win at home tonight for the conference, for the championship for this tournament. I think that Wright State will come out on top.
And we're certainly looking forward to it. Angi and I will come back with a play-by-play right here at the Irvin J. Nutter Center in just a moment. Back to McLinn Gym as we get set for this one. It's the finale of the Raider Classic. I'm here with Angi Nunnelley. I'm Geoff Kim. We're pleased to have you along. Wright State against the University of Cincinnati Bearcats.
Thanks, Geoff. Looking forward to another exciting year here with Wright State. Got a big opponent tonight, UC Bearcats from Conference USA. Wright State's off to a 7-1 start this year, and they've done really, really well at this tournament this year. They've won every game that we've played so far, and this is the championship match here tonight. So it should be a big game for Wright State as they take on UC.
First serve by Mandy Gills. We're underway, and the first point belongs to UC. Gills on the set, and Naisman, but it's a little wide.
Actually, Geoff, I believe they called that in.
They called that in, so we are knotted up at one.
It's a nice shot by Trish. Sometimes going deep is the best shot to take.
Speaking of which, she's on serve. Here comes UC back, and a nice block right up front by Wright State.
Lisa Kuhn did a nice job of getting outside.
2-1 in favor of Wright State. Another big serve by Naisman. And UC will save this one. Gills sets up. Tiffin, and bit outside.
That was a little wide this time.
We're knotted up at two. And Angi, of course, one of the things that we come into this new season, of course, we have some new scoring changes, just new rules, and of course, the introduction of the libero.
Yeah, Geoff, actually the libero is kind of a neat rule that they've implemented this year. Libero is able to play defense, only defense, throughout the whole game. They don't have to worry about making formal substitutions. They don't count as substitutions, even though each team is allowed 12. It's actually Gretchen Bush for Wright State, #1. She's a libero, and you'll notice in the game, throughout the game, she'll just run in, and the other player will just run out. They'll just switch without actually calling a formal substitution. So it's actually a pretty neat rule.
Lisa Kuhn on serve. She got the last block for the last Wright State point. Karis Day will get a touch, and she'll lob it over. Yet another touch. Gels sets up. Day again, and this one off the mark. But it's a Wright State point.
Hey, Karis did a great job that time of using the block. You know, sometimes in volleyball, it's not always how hard you can hit the ball. And sometimes as a hitter, if you can see where those blockers are, it's just as effective as hitting a hard-driven kill.
Gales on the setup. Here's Tiffin, and well, you can help me out on that one. This is my first learning lesson.
Sure. She just looked like she was just a little bit slow that time. Maybe the set might have been a little low for her. Just needs to get in a little quicker.
We're knotted up at 4. Tiffin blocked at the point of attack, but Gels comes up. Here's Day, and a nice save. Louder passes it on off, and no good. Trish Ladisaw tried to get it through, and no dice there. Wright State up by 1. Here's Karis Day. We had talked about her a little bit before this match had started throughout this Raider Classic, and she has been the star here so far of this team.
Yeah, Karis is, she's fun to watch, I tell you. She's really come a long ways. She's a smart player. She's a senior on this team. They look to her as a leader. She's come up with some great accomplishments this year. Last year, she was a Conference Player of the Year for the Horizon League, and she's already been had Player of the Week for the Horizon League. She's also been National Player of the Week, which is a great accomplishment.
Louder setting up front. Wise. Tiffin tries to answer. No dice. On the other side, Saporsky. She can't get it through. Gales on the setup once more. Day on the touch. Tiffin, and she gets it on the floor.
Boy, Jeff, this match is really going to be close. There's a lot of going back and forth play here. I mean, it's going to be a close game. UC is doing a really nice job right now of blocking. They're putting a big block up, and the hitters on Wright State side need to do a little better job of hitting around that block.
Meanwhile, Mackenzie Tiffin on serve, and if you will, an unforced service error there. She got one into the net, and that counts as a point against your team these days, and that's a tough scoring rule.
Yeah, it is. It can go in your favor, but boy, if you miss those serves, I mean, you just give points to the other team, and if it comes down to, you know, a pretty close match down at the end and you miss a serve, I mean, you're just giving the point away.
Allison Saporsky on serve. Louder on the setup, goes to Wise. Nice save by Day. Louder again, the team sitter for UC, goes to Wise. It is out. Try and set up the starting lineups here for you. First for Wright State, Tricia Naisman, who wears the number 2, followed by Mandy Gales with the number 4. Number 6, Lisa Kuhn. Number 13, Allison Saporsky. Number 15, Karis Day. And number 17, Mackenzie Tiffin. Naisman, and her shot at the net a little wide.
She had the right idea there. She was trying to go deep with it, just a little too deep.
Gales on the setup. Oh, a nice shot by Kuhn, but the answer back by UC. Gales now over to Naisman, blocked at the net. And this one comes back against UC.
Yeah, she hit off the blocker's hands, and when it goes out of bounds like that, it's a kill for Wright State.
Folks, this is going to be quite a learning lesson for me here tonight.
That's all right, I'll help you out.
We're knotted up at 9, and a kill for UC as they go up by 1. The head coach for Wright State is Joy Lynn Tracy, of course, a former player here. I don't mind saying a former classmate of mine here at Wright State. So if you know how old Joy Lynn Tracy is, you know how old I am.
And I'm not telling. I know Joy Lynn personally. Yeah, actually, you know, you bring up a good point about Joy Lynn. She's done so much for this program here at Wright State. And she's been recognized. Last year, she was the Horizon League Coach of the Year. And she's really done a lot for this team. When I played for her 2 years, and that was kind of the start that she got. She started off as the assistant here, and she's just put so much effort into it, recruiting-wise. She's brought in some great players. I mean, her heart is in it, and she cares about every single one of these girls, more than any coach I think I've ever played for.
Well, I think that comes from being a former player, too, because
Absolutely.
You know exactly what the player is going through. And especially, I know, with all due respect to the coach that she played for, Steve Opperman, you know, there are some other things that goes on as a female collegiate student than a male.
Absolutely. And I think she can, that's the thing. She relates really well to her players.
Score is 12-11. Wright State up by 1 so far. On serve is Lisa Kuhn. Nice set, and the finish by number 6, Julie DuPont for Cincinnati. On the other side of things, the Bearcats come in with a record of 4-4. A little bit of a slow start for a team that won Conference USA last year.
Yeah, you know, they have a pretty young team this year. They have 2 seniors, 2 juniors, 3 sophomores, and 5 freshmen. So I think they're a young team, still a good team, but young, whereas opposed to Wright State, who's got 5 seniors, 5 juniors, 3 sophomores, and 1 freshman. So we have a little bit of difference here as far as experience goes. But I know UC, I read in their media guide here that at the beginning of the season, they toured Europe as part of their preseason. They went over to Europe to practice as well as play some of the teams over there. So I thought that was kind of neat.
Meanwhile, Tiffin's shot a little too long, and or do they call that inbound? No, it's out of bounds. So actually, beg your pardon, Wright State behind now by 4. It is 15-11 in favor of the UC Bearcats as we take this first time out. And giving, let's give the Bearcats their just due as far as their starting lineups. It's number 3, Rachel Torba. Number 4, Laura Lauder. Number 6, Julie DuPont. Number 7, Bonita Wise. Number 8, Mady Barron. Number 12, Trish Ladisaw. And the libero tonight is number 13, Lindsay Garrison. Their head coach is Reed Sunahara. 4-4 is their record. Wright State comes in with a record of 7-1. They have reeled off 7 in a row. And this is the finale of the Raider Classic. They have done very, very well. In fact, Angie, last night you and I got to see them play against Austin Peay. And they won, even though it took them 4 games to win, they still won the games that they won. They did it rather handedly.
Yeah, they played really well. And you know, this is a big tournament for them because it's their season opener. It's their season opener here at home. This means a lot. I mean, you always want to start your season with a win in your tournament that you host. And then they start school next week, I believe. So this will be nice.
Tiffin blocked it in the net. Here's Day on the little lob. Lauder will set it up inside. Torba can't finish. Here's Day at the net. Point for Wright State.
You know, Jeff, with Karis, she just does a tremendous job of getting in there quick to hit those sets. I mean, if you notice her arm swing, she just is so quick and she gets up so high, so well, right over top of the blockers.
By the way, a nice stop by Gretchen Bush, and Tiffin answers back for Wright State. See her on your screen, 5'9", a sophomore out of Jacksonville, Illinois. Mackenzie Tiffin.
Mackenzie's another player that I'm looking forward to watch this year. I didn't get to see her play very much last year, but she's really improved, as far as I can tell, and it'll be interesting. She's only a sophomore here on a team with so many seniors and juniors. That's pretty good for a sophomore to be able to start.
Meanwhile, Tiffin was into the net on that last one, so the advantage goes. Actually, she did fine on that one. We're getting some confused scoring on my behalf, so I beg your pardon. I'm taking me a little bit to catch up here, but we are knotted up at 15. And yet another timeout. Well, maybe a tough start here for myself, but not a tough start right now for Wright State. This is a rivalry between Wright State and UC that goes, of course, with the distance, or the lack of distance, if you will, between the two teams. They're just down the road between I-75.
Yeah, we pretty much have played UC every year. They're a strong team, but I think that, as you can see already, just as the 15-15, the little time that we've been playing here, Wright State has improved so much. And I think, right now, Doylen's probably just telling her team, let's get fired up, let's take it to the next level, let's pick up our play just a little bit. They actually play even better than what they're playing right now. So I'm sure this is, just getting their feet in the wet here.
Karis Day on serve, 6'1", the senior out of Chillicothe. Nice put away by UC. Trish Ladisaw, 5'9", senior out of Louisville, Kentucky, with that one.
Did you see how high she jumped, Jeff?
What's the song by U2? Elevation. Wise on the shot, and she puts her team up by 2. And as we get a look of this all-region, this all-Midwest region player twice, Bridget Wise, or make that Bonita Wise, she's got her right thigh taped up extremely heavy. I mean, you look at how heavy that tape job is, and I think you could lock up both your arm and my arm, and we probably wouldn't get up to that same size.
Yeah. I wonder if it's hard to move. And what type of injury was it?
Now, the UC staff calls it an abdomen injury, though it's beyond me how you would get a right thigh taped up that bad for an abdomen. And Naismith, of course, puts it away just now, and Wright State back to within one. Allison Saporsky on serve.
It's a nice block there up the net by Lisa.
Uncontested, no one around her. Otter on the set, sets up Ladislaw for the point. I'll tell you what, very early on, Trish Ladislaw for the University of Cincinnati Bearcats has been very impressive.
Yes, she is a senior too, so I'm sure she's had plenty of experience.
An all Midwest region player as well as her teammate, Bonita Wise. 20-18 in favor of UC.
Yeah, Trish Ladislaw was the 2000 and 2001 Conference USA Defensive Player of the Year. It's quite an accomplishment to be the Defensive Player of the Year 2 years in a row.
And of course, she's probably looking to make it a third, which would be, I'm sure in some circles, unprecedented. It rarely happens in any other team sport, and you know how hard this one is to dominate both offensively and defensively.
Especially in Conference USA.
Wise, nicely dug out by Day. Naismith with the finish.
You know, Jeff, I've really enjoyed watching Trish Naismith play. She's been doing such a great job for Wright State. She's a junior this year. I've seen so much improvement in her this year between last year and this year. She seems to be hitting the ball so much harder.
Meanwhile, on the other end, Julie DuPont gets the point for UC to make it 22-19. Tricia Naismith, 5'10", a junior out of St. Henry. And of course, that's a team in the state that's a powerhouse in volleyball and in football for the guys.
Yes. Yeah, her and Mandy Gels both come from St. Henry.
As that one flies right by Gels, and it's 23-19. Day digs it out. Gels sets it up inside for Lisa Kuhn. (23-20). Of course, the one thing that we really wanted to make mention here, of course, Gretchen Bush out there with the green-colored jersey for Wright State, wearing the #1. She is the libero, and of course, as we mentioned, that's one of the new rules in NCAA volleyball this year.
And you can tell it's really helped out Wright State a lot having her in the game all the time because she's such a good defensive player, especially being a senior. She's a little shorter than the other girls, so she's closer to the floor, and it makes it easier for her to move and play defense.
Day with the put away. Well, let's give the Raiders some credit. They have kept this one close. They looked like they were going to give it up here a little bit ago, about 10 points ago, but they've kept within 2.
Okay, you can see Mandy does a nice job of setting up Karis. She's got a hole in the block. She hits it straight down. That is why Karis Day is the National Player of the Week. You know, one thing to bring up too, you know, Wright State has these great hitters and everything's great about that, but all of that stems from Mandy Gels being the setter that she is, the quarterback of this team. She really leads this team. Senior setter, she's played all 4 years that she's been here. She started off as the newcomer of the year for Wright State. At the time, it was the MCC. Just an all-around smart player. She's quick, good. She's good.
That really sums it up pretty well. She is good.
She's good. They make quite the combination.
Speaking of which, Day for Gels sets it up, and it goes on over. Nicely put away for Wright State.
Andrea Voss has checked into the game for McKenzie. She's playing left side now.
1 point differential at 25-24 in favor of UC. Nice save by Bush. Going back, Saporsky can't hold on to it. Corbla on serve, dug out by Day, goes to Gels, and now to Naisman. Cannot finish on that one. Nice front presence by Wright State. Push on the dig. There's a setup and another shot home. This one for Andrea Voss again. Andrea Voss, 5'9", a senior out of Pendleton, Indiana. She's on serve. Nice block of the net, but it still trickles through. 27-25 in favor of the visiting UC Bearcats.
Jeff, this game has been close because of the ball control between these two teams. It's tremendous ball control, both Wright State and UC.
Naisman on the finish. I will say this, in talking about Tricia Naisman, we saw her in the first round of this Raider Classic against Austin Peay, and she does have, I swear, the strongest arm on this team.
Yeah. She jumps pretty high, too.
Wise denied at the net, but kept alive by UC. Another denial and a point. A big block up front by Lisa Kuhn.
Big block.
We're knotted up at 27. Something that, coming into this season, that we weren't sure of. Liza Osterhage was the only senior to leave this team last year. Of course, 5 seniors on this squad, as well as 5 juniors, but you didn't know who was going to fill that presence up front. Maybe we know now.
Yeah, you know, one thing, it is hard to lose a big middle like that. But you can see here in the replay that Lisa can fill those shoes. Actually, all of the middles for Wright State can fill those shoes. They've got some depth. They're tough shoes to fill, keep in mind. But you can see there, Lisa does a good job of getting outside, and that's the type of thing that Liza was good at.
Came in with that first block. UC was able to keep it alive, and so she decided, hey, it's so nice, I'll do it twice. We are nip and tuck here at the McLean Gym. Allison Saporsky on serve for Wright State. Wise tries to finish, blocked at the net, but some contact with the net.
They actually called 4 hits. They said it never even went over the net, so.
A break for Wright State. From our vantage point, it could have been construed one way or the other. This one is out.
Tough to miss a serve in a close game like this, 28-28.
They will set up Naisman. Nicely dug out on the other side by UC. Here's Wise, and Day on the defensive end. Voss can't come up with it, and it's a 1-point lead for UC. Timeout charge to Wright State. It almost seems like now, here in the last couple of minutes, it's possession by possession, and you really don't want to lose the first game.
Yeah, I'm sure Coach Tracy's just telling her team right now, go out there, be aggressive, do not back down. Even though it's close, it's 29-28, that's the last thing you want to do is back down against a team. If you start giving them easy shots, they will take advantage of it.
Well, Coach Tracy has got her message well across. Wright State ready to go. UC still in the huddle. Bearcats up by 1 here in this first game in the finale of the Raider Classic. Both these teams perfect so far in said Classic. Wise on the finish. First game belongs to UC, 30-28.
It's a tough match, tough game.
And frankly, in the last couple of minutes, it could have gone either way.
It could have, absolutely.
And with that being said, UC up at the break 1-0, and we'll come back with more in just a moment. UC up 1-0 here at the break, and now we're knotted up here in the second game of this match, 1 apiece. Both teams have made some defensive stops already. Here's Benita Wise on serve for UC. Set up for Day, and she got the point.
Jeff Karras has come up with the 2 points that Wright State has so far on big kills. He's come up with some big kills. Whatever Joylyn said during the break, it must have fired him up.
And a ball into the net.
Unfortunately, serving errors seem to have, given a few points here to UC. In the last match, we had a total of 5 serving errors for Wright State, as opposed to 1 for UC. And on a tight score like that, that can really hurt you. They could have won that game had they made those serves.
Day gets another kill to make it 3-2. She is on serve for the Wright State Raiders. The lob. Beg your pardon. The lob by Parker to make it even at 3.
Jeff, I have a feeling this whole match is going to be neck and neck like this.
Day on the save. Foss puts it over. Nicely dug out by Foss. Here's Ebony Kidd, and she gets the point.
This is Ebony's first appearance here in the match. This is, boy, she's improved a lot since last year. She did not play that much last year at all. And now she has turned out to be a big force for Wright State. You can see she jumps so well. She's got 1 blocker. She just jumps really well.
Nice block on the left side. Wright State, it falls in no man's land.
You know, Jeff, I was talking to Mike Schroeder, the assistant for Wright State, a couple days ago, and he was telling me about Ebony. And as far as blocking goes, she's done a great job, but she's so quick. And a lot of times girls will think that she's not going to get there, and at the last second she closes the block. And she blocks balls for that reason, because as a hitter, you see a hole and you get ready to hit that hole, and then all of a sudden she's there to block. She's so quick.
Maysman on the finish there. And talking about Ebony Kidd, she only appeared in 9 matches all of last season. She has appeared in all but 1 so far here this season, so that should tell you what Joylyn Tracy thinks of her.
Yeah. You know, talking to the coaches, she's a hard worker. She's disciplined. She works hard in practice, and it's paid off for her. She's improved.
Getting that last shot on Wise.
Maysman with a nice kill. Maysman does a great job of using the blockers. I don't know if you noticed, but a lot of times she'll hit off the blocker's hands, and it'll be a touch, and then it'll go out of bounds, which is just as effective as a kill. She's really good at that.
Well, you know, as they say, on the stat page, they're all hard hits.
Tricia had led the team in kills the last game. She had a total of 6 kills, 1 error, for a hitting percentage of 400, which is pretty well.
That's not too bad.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Maysman on the set. Day on the finish. I'll tell you what, Karis Day has come out to play here in game number 2 of this match.
Yes, she has.
She came into this Raider Classic with a 400 hitting percentage. Now that has gone down somewhat, but you think about how high 400 is. 300 being a mark of a good player, 400 is just outstanding.
It's outstanding, and that's why she was the National Player of the Week.
Big finish by DuPont. 9-7 in favor of UC. Karis Day was the National Player of the Week, and for why, she was the MVP of the Western Michigan Invitational. And in the final of that, they upset number 12 Michigan State.
And that was a great win for Wright State. That, at the start of your season, to come out and beat a big team like Michigan State that ranked number 12, I mean, that says a lot right there about what your season has ahead of you.
Right now, the power of UC coming to life right here as they lead at 10-8. And we have seen some hard-hit balls here in game number 2.
Yes. Both teams are coming out strong.
The give back goes to Day. Saved. Naisman sets up Gels. Back for Voss. Bush gives it up Gels. Back to Voss. And a save by UC once more.
Ebony was in the net on that play.
3-point advantage for UC. On serve, Laura Lauder, the team server, or setter, I beg your pardon.
One thing that Wright State needs to do a little better job of is passing and defense to target, because they've been setting a lot of balls outside. So when you continuously set the outside, the blockers know that that's where the set's going to go. And in order to set back, run some quick things in the middle, run some different combinations, you've got to have good passes.
Bush sets. Back to Voss. It's outside, and it's 13-9 in favor of UC. Didn't miss by much. Another point for UC. Right now, the Raiders are just out of position.
Yeah, just a little bit off on their passing. UC's serving pretty tough too.
Bush on the dig. Push it up, Day. Over for Voss. Nice block at the net. Ebony Kidd.
You know, sometimes when it comes to blocking, the middle hitter gets all the props for getting a good block, but you know, sometimes it boils down to the outsides and where they actually set the block. And I'm not just saying that because I'm an outside hitter either.
Voss is out. Allie Smurs on serve there. Day setting up Naisman. And a big save for UC. Smurs gets a touch. There's Kidd, denied at the net, but it's out. Good serve and volley there for Wright State.
Yes. UC is doing a great job defensively. They're picking up a lot of balls for being such a young team.
Allie Smurs back on serve, 5'11", a junior out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Allie is a great server. She's got one tough floater serve. I don't know if, well, maybe we can get a shot of how far back she stands away from the end line. When she serves that ball, she just launches it. A float serve, it's hard to pass. Hard.
Wise setting up Trish Ladisaw, saved by Wright State. Bush will have to get it over the net. Nice dig out by Day. Day with another save. Oh, and then Kidd bails herself out. Nice move there, and Wright State cannot catch up this time.
Ebony jumps so high that she's able to reach back there and get that ball.
Well, something to be said about wingspan when you play out in the middle.
Yeah.
Fake to Kidd. Naisman gets it. Saved by Wise. They can't come up with it. Another point for UC. They lead it 16-11.
That was a nice shot. She was smart with the ball that time. Like I said, it's not always how hard you hit it. It's where you place it sometimes.
Kidd can't finish. Here's Naisman on the finish.
You know, she does such a good job at finishing those balls like that. She just puts that away, and you know that she's going to get a kill. Beautiful set to the outside. The middle blocker's late getting there, and she hits right into the hole.
You know, as someone who had played outside here for this squad, boy, you just got to lick your chops when you see a set like that.
Yes, I do, believe me. It makes me want to get down there on the floor and play.
Kidd on serve. Set by Lauder. And Wright State, a nice block at the net.
This has come up with some big blocks this match.
5 blocks in game number 1 for Wright State, mostly due in part to Lisa Kuhn. Ladisaw on the finish. So as soon as Wright State tries to crawl back into this one, here comes the Bearcats.
Yeah, they're just doing a great job of executing their plays right now. Defensively, they're doing really well.
Set up for Naismith again.
I'm wondering how many kills she's got this game already. She's got to have quite a few.
Well, if game 1 was an indication of where she's going to be for this match, it's going to be a long night for UC.
Yeah.
17-15 for the Bearcats. Their lead by 2. Louder on the set. Ladisaw lobs it over. Nice save by Naismith. Louder back to Ladisaw. Bush again with the save. Wise cannot finish this time. Naismith. Nice dugout. Here's Naismith again, and she gets the point. I'll tell you what, she has just been outstanding here the last 5 minutes.
She's been so effective on using those outside blockers. I'm sure the UC's coach right now is going, come on guys, we've got to get a block up against her. She's just tooling them.
State on serve. Kuhn, a near block there, but dug out. Here's Wise. This one is out. We're knotted up at 17. And timeout.
A battle here, Geoff. This is a battle. I can't remember the last time I've seen a match this close in a long time. Neck and neck, 17-17. Go back and forth. I don't think anybody's had any kind of significant hurdle to each other this whole match.
We've seen a little bit of everything so far. A lot of power, of course, by Trish Naismith, but the serve and volley has been rather good.
Yeah, great defense by both teams. I'm really impressed by you guys. I thought coming in here tonight that they were a young team, didn't have as much experience as Wright State has, but you know, maybe playing in that Conference USA, and it puts them up to the level that they need to be at because they're doing a great job.
We're knotted up here at McClin Gym at 17 in game number 2 between Wright State and UC. It's the senior out of St. Henry on serve for Wright State, Mandy Gels. Oh, and Wise with a big finish for the Bearcats. You know, whether it's an abdomen injury or a right thigh injury, it doesn't matter. She elevates.
Yeah, she gets up there and hits hard, too.
2-time All-Midwest region player. Gels on the setup for Naismith.
Tell you, right side, outside, it doesn't matter where she hits it. She puts it away.
The young lady has found a zone right now.
And she's only a junior. It's exciting. We'll get to watch her another year.
Naismith on serve. Bush will dig it out. Gels for Day. Blocked at the net, but saved by Wright State. An errant shot on the other end for UC, and it's a Wright State point. They finally get a lead, 19-18. Wise on the backside and just in front of Naismith.
She hits that slide so well. Every time she hits to the same spot, but she gets a kill on it.
Day puts one over.
We have
No
UC
dice.
in the net here. That's a nice break for Wright State.
Kuhn on serve. Nothing doing there.
That's something that you don't like to see in this close of a match here.
Gels sets up Kidd. Nicely saved by the Bearcats. Gels another chance for this time for Day. And this one comes right back to her.
UC is starting to block our right side hitter well right now. I'm sure that's been their goal the whole time, is to put a big block up on Karis, and they're effective at it right now.
Voss denied at the net, and it's another UC point, 22-20.
Actually, UC's putting up big blocks all around.
They do have size up front. Day gets another opportunity. Big save by Wise. Gels on the setup, goes to Voss. There's DuPont on the kill. Well, here come the Bearcats roaring right on back, and a timeout charged to Joy Lynn Tracy and her crew. She doesn't like the way this has turned out here, the last 4 points.
Yeah, I'm sure right now Joylen's just telling her team, we got to pick up our level a little bit here. We've got to get some good passes so we can spread out our offense. We're getting kind of trapped on who we can set. We don't have that many options right now. We need to get the middle involved in the play. Just, spread out the offense is the main thing.
As we look ahead to this replay here.
Nice pass by Andrea. And it looks like
there were a couple saves on UC's side that kept us alive.
Well, UC's just doing a great job of playing defense off their block. And that was a nice shot, deep shot.
3-point lead for the Bearcats.
I see a couple Beaver Creek volleyball players there. I know because I coach them.
About to get more into this after this point.
Yeah.
DuPont, saved by Push. Another save by Push. Gels on the setup for Voss at the net. It's a Wright State point, 23-21. Coaching for the Beaver Creek High School volleyball team. I believe you're the junior varsity coach.
Yep, junior varsity.
How's your team doing right now?
Oh, actually, we're doing really well. We're 6-0. With I coach with Liza Osterhage from Wright State. We coach together, and it's fun. They're a fun group of girls.
Well, not a bad way to start out the season. Beg your pardon. 6-0, huh?
Not bad. I'm sure I kind of feel like Joylyn feels.
Kidd, her shot's too long. 25-21. Angie, how big is game 2 right now?
This is a big game because, especially for Wright State, they need this game under their belt. Losing the first game, you don't want to get down 2 games.
And a big block at the net for UC. It's number 3, Rachel Torbla, and it's 26-21.
It's a good timeout.
Another timeout here at McLean Gym. So let's see if we get this straight. You're coaching the junior varsity and you're getting them prepped for their career as a Wright State Raider, correct?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I think we got it all figured out. Here's the pipeline.
Yeah. Yes.
But Wright State right now, they're down by 5 here in this match, or rather in this game, and they're down 1-0 in this match. It's pretty clear that something's got to turn around right now.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is just hitting for Wright State right now. UC's putting up a huge block, huge. So they've got to recognize that, and maybe, their other players on the team need to help out, maybe call some shots for them, let them know that they have a big block up there. They've got to start hitting the holes.
Voss on the attack. And it's a Wright State point.
Allie Smurs is going into the game for serve. She was 24th in the nation last year in serving aces. So this is a smart move on Joylyn's part. She needs to get some quick points here, hoping Allie will come in and serve some aces for him. And
hard
it looks
knuckler.
like it worked.
Another point for Wright State.
Such a hard serve to receive. She stands so far back and just cranks on it as hard as she can. And it's just curved, big knuckleball.
Fast and with no rotation, or little rotation. Louder, gives it up. Dug out, Day. Naisman blocked at the net. Naisman will get another shot, and in.
Oh, Geoff, that was nice. That was so nice because she was so smart there. She knew that the UC defense was back on their heels. She mixed it up a little bit. She hit it off speed, and it was perfect. It was perfect. That there is the sign of a good, smart hitter.
As we have a timeout and a
just
replay.
Just a little bit off of it. They were back on their heels and just smart shot.
Well, something that you and I had talked about prior to this ball game, and it's about the mark of a good hitter. And it's not just hitting it hard, it's where you hit it.
Exactly, where you hit it. Being able to see, number one, your blockers and where they are in their positioning. And number two, to see the defense, to see where the holes are in the defense, where your shots are. That's what makes a good hitter. Being able to tip, being able to hit it hard as you can, Trisha's definitely, doing great at that. It's fun to watch. And that's Trisha and Karis both. They're both very smart hitters.
Unfortunately, we don't have a radar gun. Usually that sort of thing is reserved for baseball, but you'd certainly love to see what the arm speed of some of these players have been tonight.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. I'd be curious to know.
Both teams back out on floor. Smurs will get another crack on serve, and she is all the way back to that back wall, as you can see. No dice this time, and it's UC by 3. Rachel Torba on serve for UC. Kidd, her shot too hard. That young lady's got some serious power, but obviously that time she wanted a little bit better direction.
Yeah, she just needs to follow through with it. She kind of stops her arm swing in the air, and that's why they're going deep.
Oh. Meanwhile, oh my goodness, another hard hit shot by Trish Naisman.
I'm just thoroughly enjoying this match, watching her tonight. She's defense, she's a great defense player, and hitting-wise, she's destroying Cincinnati.
Ebony Kidd on serve. 5'9", the junior out of Trotwood. Played over at Trotwood Madison. Louder sets up Wise. Oh, and a great save by Smurs. Smurs on set. Naisman with the finish. Wow. Has she made this game hers or what?
Yes. And that was a great dig by Smurs. She came from out of nowhere and dug that ball.
Great block up front by Lisa Kuhn to make it a 1-point game. Going back to that dig out by Smurs, that might have been the hardest hit ball we've seen from UC's side of the court all night, and she played it as well as she possibly could.
Yeah, Allie's a great defensive player. She stays really low to the floor, and that helps.
Kidd on serve for the tie. Stoppage in play.
Wow. That's big. They've called a out of rotation on Cincinnati.
So a purely mental mistake.
And we've got a yellow card on Cincinnati. Not quite sure what happened there, but the ref gave her a yellow card.
A little too much chatter.
I'm thinking so. He's been watching her all night.
Smurs on the dig out. Smurs gets it back.
Nice shot.
Louder on the setup. It goes to Haley King into this match. Day digs it out. And a nice play at the net for UC.
I'm totally on the edge of my seat here.
Actually, sitting next to you, I can see that. I'm right with you. Game point. Naisman cannot finish. Wise at the net. Saved by Wright State. Day will put it over herself. Wise, and she puts it out, and we're knotted up at 29.
Boy, Geoff, can you hear the fans out there tonight?
You sure can.
The stands are packed, and that's always nice to see.
Mandy Gels on serve. Nice dig out by Gels. Day will play it, set it up for Smurs, put it over the net. Bush, Gels, goes to Kuhn. And we got a palm.
Wow. I'm not too sure about that call there, Geoff. They called a lift on Mandy, but that was close.
Day on the dig out. Gels sets it up for Naismith. Day saves it. Kuhn gets a touch, and Gels puts it over. Smurs on the dig out. Gels goes back to Day. And a big save there. Wise this time will set it up for DuPont.
Wow.
And, a big save for UC. Naismith puts it up, and we're tied up at 30.
Wow. This is some exciting volleyball here.
Smurs will come out. It's Andrea Voss to come back in. Wise. Nice save. Naismith will put it over. Bush on her own.
Boy, the defense here tonight for both of these teams is just amazing. They're coming up with digs that just amazing.
Game point right here. Naismith on serve. Off the top of your screen. DuPont into the net. Got it saved. Gets it back.
Whoa.
Saved by Bush. Bush again on the touch. Day with the near finish, but saved by UC. Wise, dug out. Naismith. Voss will try and finish it off. No good this time. DuPont blocked at the net.
Oh my gosh. These girls have got to be exhausted.
DuPont, and it's right on the line.
Wow. Boy, it's going to come down. This match, Geoff, is going to come down to the team that is the most in shape, the most conditioned. Because this is back and forth volleyball. I mean, both of these teams are good, and that's what it's going to boil down to.
Just some outstanding pitch and catch that we've seen so far here in the last couple of volleys. Wise. Kuhn, and a point to Wright State. Game point right here.
31.
How do you like that?
It's a little nerve-wracking, though.
Kuhn's on serve. Into the net.
Man.
She'll come out, and it's the libero, number 1, Gretchen Bush, back in. Day. There's DuPont on the other end with the finish. 33-32. Whoever loses this one's going to be real upset.
Yeah, I would say so. This is a battle.
Game point. Louder on serve for UC. Kidd blocked at the net. DuPont, and it's out.
Boy, DuPont hits hard, doesn't she? She gets that arm swing going.
And she likes the angle off that left antenna.
Yes, she does.
Harris Day on serve. Louder will set it up. Blocked at the net. No man's land right there. The entire Raiders squad back on their heels, expecting a hard-hit ball.
Geoff, I don't know if I can take this.
34-33. Time to go see a cardiologist, right? Here's Voss. And into the net. We're tied up at 34.
I don't know if I'll be able to sleep tonight when we leave here. I'm going to be so fired up, I'll be running miles around the block.
You know, if this were for all the marbles in Game 5, this would be a classic right now. Allie Smurs back on serve for Wright State. Louder on the setup. Lattice off. Great save by Smurs. It's into the crowd. It was a nice effort for Wright State just to even keep it alive.
Yeah. Well, you always get nervous when they start heading toward the bleachers, though. Especially Trish, we don't want her going that way.
Another game point. Bush. Naismith with the finish. Outstanding.
There's not much else I can say about her.
She has made game number 2 of this Wright State UC matchup her own. Ebony Kidd on serve, and we're back to deuce. If you like tennis terminology, that is.
I don't know much about tennis.
35 apiece. Another kill for UC.
I wonder if we're going to have the highest scoring game in history here.
Day on the dig out. Gels sets up Naismith again. And she gets another point. 36 apiece. UC comes a calling. Wright State answers right back.
Yep. Neck and neck. And you know, you definitely want to see Mandy Gill serving right now. She's got a tough serve.
Senior out of St. Henry.
She's very consistent with it. We got to have confidence in that.
Getting some coaching by Rob Beam, one of the assistants for the Raiders. Ladder setting it up. Ladislaw blocked at the net. Wise. Oh, we nearly had a jump ball.
Wow, I'm not sure what he's calling here.
Did they call it a double hit? I'm not so sure it was.
I don't believe it was either. I think they've got an inadvertent whistle here. He thought he was, yeah, they got a replay.
Some smart officiating tonight.
Wow.
Lee Washburn has his seat up high, and Mike Rolfs on the near side. You know, sometimes officials can be guilty of some hubris, some ego, and you know, if they say, hey, I'm right, they're going to stay right.
Yep.
It's good to see that they wanted to make the right call.
I think that's one of my mottos with coaching is you never argue with the refs because they're not going to change their mind, you know?
Meanwhile, Bonita Wise gets the kill for UC. It's 37-36. I can't believe our scoreboard counts this high. On serve is Ladislaw. DuPont, dug out. There's Karis Day, a lob over the net, save. Now she'll get a hard hit shot and kill it. You know, I think, Angie, I'm going to have to see a cardiologist with you now at this point. We're knotted up at 37.
We'll go together.
Naismith back on serve. Get a look at Karis Day, the National Player of the Week. DuPont. Oh, a nice save by Gels. Naismith. They'll have to get this one over. Voss barely does, but it's outside. (38-37). Wise on serve. And it hits Bush.
Wow.
Game number 2 belongs to UC, 39-37. A war is being had right here at the McClin Gym here at the Irvin J. Nutter Center. UC up 2-0 here at the break, and we'll take it to a timeout. We'll be back in just a moment. Wright State down 2-0 here at the break as we head into game number 3 of what we hope is a best of 5. And given the way game number 2 went, Angie Nunnelley, we hope it goes a full 5.
Yes, we do, because right now, being down 2, this next game is very important. This could be it if they don't take this game. We've had some great play going on defensively. We've got 40 total digs for University of Cincinnati and 52 for Wright State. So if that tells you anything of what type of game this has been, we've had 2 games here, 2 games, and we've already tallied 40 and 52 digs apiece.
Game 3 underway of this match. Mandy Gills on serve, and a point for Wright State, and a nice defensive presence for Karis Day at the net. Gills left-handed. Louder goes back. This one taken down at the net. Louder back over from Maddie Barron. Called her number very much, and a point for UC.
It's been quite the blocking battle as well. Wright State has a total of 8 blocks, and UC has a total of 4. Actually, I thought it was a little more than that.
Here's Naisman on serve for Wright State. 2-1 to the Raiders' advantage. Oh, nice block at the net by Smurs. Allie's showing that she can do more than just play the back line.
Yes. It's nice to see Allie in the game. She brings a good atmosphere to the game. She's got a good spirit with her. She's enthusiastic. She's pretty positive, and she's intense.
Smurs again.
She gets excited.
2 straight kills to make it 4-1. I'm sure head coach Joylyn Tracy had some choice words in the locker room.
Yeah, you know, especially the way they had ended that game. There was a couple mistakes that, you know, it really should not have been made by a veteran team like Wright State. You know, but it came down to it. Everybody fought hard. I mean, it was a close battle, so. And once again, we started off the same way.
Gales back inside for the big girl, Lisa Kuhn, and she puts it away strong. 5-2 in favor of Wright State.
Got a new face here in the game for Wright State. Number 11, Lisa Griffith, out of Muncie, Indiana. She's back to serve for Wright State.
Just a sophomore, and it's into the net. 6 foot tall, a sophomore.
It looks like they had put her in just to serve.
Head coach Joylyn Tracy saying it's okay. Gales at the net, sets it up. Day will have to get it over and cannot. A little rally being put on by UC. Last 3 straight have belonged to the Bearcats.
I'm looking here at the stats here from the last game, Jeff, and being as close a game as it was, we have a total now of 10 serving errors on behalf of Wright State, as
Ouch.
opposed to 2 for the University of Cincinnati. That hurts.
Considering that both games that we have seen have been won by just 2 by the Bearcats, that has been a huge factor.
Yes, a huge factor. I'm sure Coach Tracy is not happy with that at all.
Meanwhile, 5 straight points for the Lady Bearcats here. On serve, DuPont. Dug out, Day. Goes back to Day. Nice save by Bush. Smurs gets a touch, but Naisman will have to put it over on the bump. Bush tries to save it, no good. And it's 7-5 UC.
You gotta wonder how these girls feel physically right now after a game like that, you know, and having a little bit of a break there. Just gotta be exhausted. I know I'm tired.
Gels setting up Smurs. Naisman, and Gels can't catch up to it. The ladies do look tired.
Yes, they do. Defensively, just a second slow, and they weren't the first 2 games. And just a second slow.
Gels on set, sets it up for Smurs. A hard hit ball saved nicely by Ladislav. Here's Day, and a save by Barron. Gales another set up for Day, and it goes down. Well, it's been a battle of attrition, if you will. A lot of serve and volley, something that we've not seen for much of this classic here, but we've seen it a lot tonight.
Yes. Gotta be tired. But, you know, this is what you train for. This is why you have 3-a-days during preseason. This is why you go down to 2-a-days, you know. This is what you train for. These girls are well prepared for this.
Naismith can't catch up to it. It's 9-6. Did you say 3-a-days?
3-a-days, yes, sir.
Do you mind going through that schedule just a little bit? Because I don't know when you start that, and I don't know when you finish that.
Basically, our first practice usually started about 9 in the morning and went till, I want to say 11-ish. And then we came back from 1 to 3 or 4, somewhere around there. And then came back in the evening for like an hour and a half of like 7 to 8:30. And the evening practice was usually conditioning. Now, I don't know. That's how it was when I played. And I don't know if it's the same type of schedule, but that's usually how 3-a-days go. It's rough.
It's a good thing school's not in session at that point.
Yeah, it couldn't be. You couldn't do it.
Wise, her shot outside.
Oh.
Or will they call that outside?
It's called a net violation. And I'm not sure who won.
Coach Tracy on over to get a clarification. It's 11-7 in favor of UC. Barron on serve, dug out by Bush. There's Naismith, but it's big save for the Bearcats. Barron. She's bumped over by the setter. Gills goes to Naismith, blocked at the net. And a big kill for number 7, Bonita Wise. Gills sets it up. Sikorsky, and it's outside and a timeout. And a big rally right now for the Bearcats. They have really decided to take the aggressor role in game number 3.
Yeah, and honestly, I think you know, we're talking about tired and nutrition and everything, and I think that Wright State looks a little tired right now. They're a little slow defensively, hitting-wise. I think the best thing that she's probably done is put in, you know, get some fresh arm swings in there. When you go two games like the one that these teams went through, you need to freshen up a little bit. So the best thing to do is just stay hydrated, you know, drink plenty of water.
You know, a whole number of lines from one of those Adam Sandler movies just came right to mind, but they'll just disdain
Another
right now.
one, huh?
13-7 in favor of the Bearcats. They lead 2-0 here in game number 3. It's a best of 5, and Wright State just trying to stay alive and play yet another game. Yale sets it up. Naismith blocked again at the net. And again, Bonita Wise. I don't care if she's got an abdomen injury, a thigh injury, or whatever. She's showing no ill effects of mobility.
Yeah, they're just putting up a big block against our outsides. We need to spread out our offense a little bit, get our middles involved.
Meanwhile, Allison Sikorsky breaks the drought with the kill of her own. Junior out of Neenah, Wisconsin's on serve. Sikorsky deals. Wise again. Bonita Wise here in the last couple minutes have taken things over.
Yeah, she's really turned it on here. She is one of the Cincinnati's 2 seniors.
It's outside. Naismith's shot is wide. It's 16-8. Naismith keeps it alive, but to no avail. Wright State's just out of sorts right now. They are very clearly tired.
Yes, they do. It's almost like after losing that last game, they just kind of lost their spunk. It deflated them a little bit, you know?
And to some degree, it's understandable. I know that all the teams that have participated in the Raider Classic have had to play 3 matches, but I don't think we've seen anything quite like that one that we saw in game number 2.
Yeah, I mean, I can imagine. It's a tough game. It was close, and then to come out on the lower end of it, it's got to be deflating.
Smurs clears. Day on the bump. Goes to Naismith. And the kill. Well, you can't get all those points back at once, so you might as well start with the first one right there.
Yep. And that's what it's going to boil down to. They need to forget about the other two games. They need to forget about the battle that they had and being tired, and they need to fight through it here. And I believe this is the time now that our seniors, our upperclassmen, our seniors, our juniors, they need to step out on the court.
Gales misfires on the service. It's 18-9 in favor of UC. Benita Wise, she can't get it over either. Well, maybe both teams are starting to fight the fatigue.
Yeah.
Trisha Naismith on serve. No problems with getting it over the net this time. Oh, a big save, but they say it hit the floor.
Actually, I believe they called somebody in the net here. Not sure what number. That was a nice dig, though.
Well, I got to say, the benefit of you looking one way and me looking the other.
Yeah. Yeah, you're kind of sitting right in the middle there.
Should we get a look at things here on the replay?
Got a hole in our block here.
Oh, I don't know.
That was a good dig. That was a good dig, but I'm not sure who was in the net.
It didn't look like either frontline player was.
Yeah. Of course, the refs got the angle, I guess.
20-11. On serve, Julie DuPont. Day digs it out. Kidd, the near finish, but a nice save, and then she'll put it down. Wow. That is elevation there.
Yes, she gets up, doesn't she?
You know, I like to see if we can put a basketball in her hand and she can put it through the hoop that way. Outstanding height.
You know, Jeff, I'd like to see the fans get back into this game a little bit, help out Wright State. Sometimes when you need the extra push, the fans are always good to do it.
Oh, a nice save by Naismith, but they cannot catch up as she rolls into the first row of stands. – 21-12. Rachel Torbla on serve. Gels over for Smurs.
Allison's come up with some big kills for Wright State this game. Hopefully she can bring some aces for him too.
And again, look how far back. She's all the way against the backdrop here at McLean. As we get the wide angle look, look how far away she is. Everybody is up at the attack line or further in towards the net.
I mean, you could just imagine being a passer and trying to judge where that serve is going to go. I mean, it's hard.
Naismith, Bush on the save. Gels back to Kidd on the kill.
It's what we need right now. It's one thing about this rally scoring that, it makes it competitive. You can come back easily. You can see Mandy does a great job of setting up Ebony. There's a hole in the block. She hits that hole. Just gets up so high.
Big time block by Naismith, and all of a sudden, Wright State's starting to find a groove. They're climbing back into this one. 21-15. Substitution, Haley King on in for the departing Julie DuPont. Setup.
Nice shot.
And a nice shot by Ladislaw for UC. That's a pretty good front line that they have out there with Benita Wise and Trish Ladislaw.
Yep. Both seniors.
Gales sets it up. Naismith eases this one. Bush. Smurs will have to bat it on over. Day back to Naismith. Good save by Barron. And a Point for Wright State. Lisa Griffin comes out. You see the return of Lisa Kuhn right to the middle.
Oh.
Kid into the net. And we've not kept a real good count of unforced errors from the service, but it is mounted up to being something huge.
Yes, it is. It's got to be disappointing for Coach Tracy. You don't want to see your players miss their serves in a game like this.
Barron keeps it alive for UC. Wise will put it over. Day, Gels, back to Naismith.
Ooh.
Smurs on the save. Naismith blocked at the net. I think she mistimed that ball because she was already at the apex when the ball was coming to her and not at where she was at.
Yeah, plus the set was a little low and she should have taken just a little bit off of it and maybe swung deep or tried to hit the shot.
Kuhn blocked at the net. 25-16.
There we go.
Naismith with the finish. Well, the Raiders are down 8 right now, 25-17, and they just not been able to put a consistent rally together, and I think that's been the biggest problem.
Yep, absolutely.
Wise blocked at the net. UC keeps it alive. DuPont. Day. She is blocked, but recovers. Here's Naismith. Ladisaw on the save. Gels inside for Kuhn. Ladisaw again with the save. Wise and a nice save by Smurs. Naismith.
Oh, wow.
Nice pitch and catch right now between the two teams. Naismith and another save by Ladisaw. It's into the net.
Yes, that was 4. Yes, good call.
You know,
right.
When Wright State is playing without that tired look that they've had here out throughout much of this game, you know, they're going to say, serve and volley, we'll play with you every time.
Yep. I guarantee you after this match here tonight, no matter what the outcome is, that they'll be working a little bit harder in practice, probably doing a little bit more conditioning, you know, maybe lifting some weights, a little more than normal. I'm sure Coach Tracy sees that in the team.
Kuhn blocked at the net, but Wright State recovers. Naismith on the other side, top of your screen this time. Kuhn for Day. It's on the floor and a kill. Well, time to put some of these points together. Will block the net. Day on the set, goes to Naismith, blocked to the net.
Wow.
And another point for UC. It's 27-19. Timeout. Well, Angie, if you're Coach Joylyn Tracy, what do you say right now? You're down by 2 games and you're down 8 to a rather aggressive UC Bearcat team right now in Game 3.
I think she's probably just telling them, you know, let's pick up our level, okay? Let's turn this around. We're a better team than this. You know, there's not much you can do when people have kind of ran out of gas a little bit. But I think just, you know, stepping up. Getting the seniors on the team to step up, getting the leaders to step up. It's just a matter of turning this around. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I do think the one thing that they need is some leadership. A couple people to step up and put some balls away.
I think it seems to me that one of the things they'll be working a little harder at in practice is service.
Yes, absolutely. And you know, that's, as a coach, that's a hard one to work on, serving. Because, you know, there's not many drills that you can do with serving. Serving comes down to concentration. It's mental, especially at this level. You know, you're not learning the fundamentals anymore. You're learning the mental part of it.
Wright State gets a point. It's 27-20. Ebony Kidd returns, and so does number 11, Lisa Griffin.
She's going in to serve for Lisa Kuhn. Allie Smurs trying to get her team fired up here.
Nice knuckler over the net. Here's DuPont, deflected at the net, but was Kidd in the net?
Nope, they called 4 hits that actually never even cleared. That was a good call.
Timeout.
All right.
27-21, and
We're
this time
coming back
UC.
here.
Yep. 3 straight points.
Just need to continue. Maybe we can get the fans fired up a little bit.
Well, with their team down 2 games to nothing and the deciding 3rd game possibly down by 6 points, I think we probably need to see yet another, perhaps an explosive hit by the star of this match so far, Trish Naismith.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Fans over here getting into the game. I'm sure the fans are tired too.
After the upheaval we saw in game 2. Griffith on serve once more. Oh, nice dig out by Naismith. Naismith will have to get it back and answers.
Oh.
Naismith a little too far away for that one. Griffith out, and the libero back in, Gretchen Bush. 28-21.
Geoff, if UC does take this match, what does that mean for this tournament for this weekend?
Well, UC would go undefeated, but since there was since it was a classic where everybody played essentially round robin without trying to get to a championship game, I think it just means that UC, I don't know, it takes the winner of this one.
See, I believe UC had lost earlier in the yesterday to Central Michigan. So I believe that would be one loss for all the teams. So I'm not quite sure here.
Well, it's not a typical tournament style, like, for instance, the one in Western Michigan, the Invitational there. It definitely was a showcase where everybody wanted to play against the other 3 teams that were invited.
Yeah.
Naismith cannot finish, and that is match point.
Wow.
3 games to nothing, a shutout pitched by UC, and the final in this game here, 30-22, and they do take it 3 games to none here at the McClin Gym. A valiant effort by the Wright State volleyball team. In fact, I think really, as we had mentioned throughout the broadcast, game number 2 took a lot out of them.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did. And I mean, this has to be a disappointing loss. UC's a big school, and you want to beat them. You want to. But, they played well. They played well. They should do well in the conference this year. They should have no problem in the conference. They don't have to hang their heads.
And they won't for very long, as we'll take it to a break right here, and Angie and I will come back with some parting thoughts in just a moment. Back out here at the McClin Gym inside the Irvin J. Nutter Center, the Bearcats triumphant over the Raiders, 3 games to none, taking the final, as you see up on the scoreboard, 30-22. But Angi Nunnelley, as we look to game number 2, and that was essentially, with all intent and purpose, the deciding game of this match.
Yes, it was. Both teams played really well. We were on the edge of our seats here. I'm sure, it really was the deciding factor, and it took a lot out of Wright State, and the UC just came out on top after that.
7-game winning streak comes to an end for, or rather 7-match winning streak comes to an end for Wright State. They now fall to a record of 7-2. But the one thing, if anything, that we come away from this match, we already knew about Karis Day, but Tricia Naismith, obviously a good other option, not even an option number 2, maybe perhaps an option 1B.
Yes, absolutely. And, 7-2 is nothing to hang your head over. This team is a strong team. They are good. They are going to do well in the Horizon League this year, without a doubt.
And this comes, of course, off the heels of a 21-7 season for Wright State last year. And they do have, again, 5 returning seniors. So much of everything is intact. Your back line, your front line. They just need to work on perhaps a little conditioning, as we saw in game number 3. They just ran out of gas.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And taking some of your final thoughts from this matchup, obviously we did mention the grueling game 2 matchup, but it really seemed like if there's one thing to look for Wright State to improve upon, maybe perhaps they improve that serving.
Yes.
They're going to do extremely well.
Yes, serving comes down to mental toughness. It just, like I said, there's not much you can do with serving drills in practice. It comes down to focus and getting back there with confidence that you're going to put the ball away.
Well, hopefully we'll see some more of that as the season progresses. A fine start to the season here for Wright State, even though the end didn't come as well as they'd like here for the Raider Classic. They fall to UC here, again, 3-0. Angie, again, it's been a pleasure working with you, and I hope we can do this again.
Yes, it has. Thank you.
Again, the final here at the McLean Gym, 3-0 in favor of the visiting UC Bearcats. And again, this matchup was brought to you by Best Western, by Right Pat, by Best Western Right Pat, beg your pardon, by Adidas, and by Aeropostale. Again, for Angi Nunnelley, I'm Geoff Kim. This has been a presentation of Time Warner Sports, the region's leader in sports television. Good night from Fairborn.